Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Yeah, he was like, "What's up with your homeboy? He got a da-da-da." I was like, "Yeah, that nigga got an Android." He was like, but I didn't know Cedric had one. Well, Cedric had one too. But hey, anyways, hey, listen, shout out to Cedric because my man gave me a crazy shout out during the his comedy show for the podcast and everything. Man, I really appreciate that. That was a lot of love. It was people in there like came up to me afterwards and start asking me about the podcast, how you find it, all this other stuff. But we'll get into that once we like really get started. I don't know what we at right now, but I mean, fuck it, we can go ahead and start right now. You ready? Ready on the left?
Ready.
Ready on the right? I'm ready. Let's go, coach. Put me in the game. But y'all know how we do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Dre is not with me right now. Dre is actually enjoying some good, much needed family time, so I can't hold him for that. He is with his son right now, and he's probably having the time of his life because it's been some months. If y'all listen to the podcast regularly, y'all know. But and even if y'all know us personally, y'all know. So it's a good thing. But I do have. She might as well be like the third host at times. Red Diamond. I didn't even say your real name.
Thank you.
People that listen to the podcast, they probably know you as Red Diamond. But listen, well, Red Diamond, go ahead. What you got to say?
Hello.
That's it.
Thank you for having me once again.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. I've just been, been working and stuff, but thank you for having me.
No doubt. Listen, I'm pretty sure you missed it because this is kind of like an addiction. It's fun. I was just talking to Smurf and I'm like, listen, I don't like, I'm going to podcast until it's boring. Like, I don't like it no more. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it blows up and we making thousands and thousands or millions and billions of dollars off of it or whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to do it until I don't like it no more. Cause it's actually like, once you do it, or someone brings you on as a guest or whatever else, like it's kind of fun at times, and so but with you, and I told you I was gonna put you on blast.
Okay.
We waiting on your podcast.
Well, I have to think of a name,
and we're gonna put on Unapologetic Network. I'm gonna change the whole unapologetic scheme. Like, it's gonna be the Unapologetic Network.
It's coming. I have to think of a name.
Mm-hmm.
Get some equipment.
Mm-hmm. Yes, equipment.
Yes, equipment. And then I think that right now the biggest hurdle is the name.
Mm-hmm.
So much what I want to talk about.
Well, hold on, because the name, you can figure the name out as you go and change it.
Yeah, I just want something catchy. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and a lot of the names are already taken. So I want something unique and catchy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely coming. I kind of already know some of the materials that I want to talk about, who I would have on as a guest.
Okay.
The type of shit we will be talking about being some toxic women at times.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need the opposite of the unapologetic men. We need the opposite. So it's going on Unapologetic Network, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah, that's what I like. Listen, we gonna do this. We gonna do this. I'm gonna put the pressure on you. And I'm gonna have the listeners and viewers. I'm gonna put something out there. We got to put the pressure on you. But so before we get started, y'all, as I said last week, this is something that me and Dre actually want to start doing. We want to do like an Unapologetic Friday, which will be kind of like AKA the happy hour. So probably around 7 Eastern Pacific Standard Time. We gonna go live. Well, yeah, 7. Give you time because we'll be on for a little while, but we gonna go live and just interact with everybody. I mean, we'll probably chop it up like we normally do. Our normal chop up is podcast material anyway. So anybody that really rocks with us can jump on, tap in and pod with us. We taking shots, all that stuff, and that's what it is happy hours. So we actually gonna get it in. We're gonna start this week. This week might be a little later because our Tar Heels are in the Sweet 16 and they start at 9:38. So we might get it started around 8, maybe 9 o'clock. Who knows? But yeah.
You
so
said
I mean,
8. They start. You said they started at 9:38.
They started at 9:38 Eastern Standard. So yeah. So I mean, but and then listen, y'all don't even gotta talk. Y'all can just tap in, take a shot with us real quick, say what's up, and get out of there. But that's something that we want to do because we need to start just doing more interactions, because we do appreciate and love everybody that really fuck with us and support us. And yeah, so that's that. But you told me how you were doing. Is that it? I mean, you just working, the status quo, boring ass Washington.
There you go.
Nothing.
Nothing has changed. I can say the weather has been a little decent. Like spring-like weather. Nothing compared to the East Coast though. But
okay. Well, this shit's janky over here because it's one day I got the heat on, the next day I got the AC on. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, so I'm chilling for the most part this year, and Washington, working, staying low. That's all I do.
So you was recently here at the end of February, and it was in honor of one of our good friends, Tiffany, her birthday. We attended a red party. I guess I kind of hosted y'all. I had about 6, 7, 8, 9 people in my house, and we had a good time. A lot of drinking, a lot of mimosas, a lot of laughs, a lot of everything.
A lot of food eating, bad food.
Yeah. Well, anytime the group, our group that we have get together, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad eating and drinking and laughs.
Facts.
Regardless. So yeah. You're not getting them times up there, huh? You absolutely missed that, huh?
Yo, are you serious? You just asked me that? No, not even close. Not even close. Oh, well, let me talk. I did go to a trap brunch. First.
Well, so let me stop. Thank you. And I said this the last episode. Thank you for that shout out that you gave us on the trap.
Absolutely. You're welcome. But yeah, so I went to the trap brunch. It was okay. I can say it was okay for Washington. I think, of course, it did not give me the East Coast vibes that I was wanting, but it was still decent. It was decent for what it was worth. It was their first one, and it was pretty good. I think the next one they are doing another one in April. I won't be there for that one because I'll be out of the state. But
you'll be out of the state, huh? Okay, I got you.
State, country, whatever you want to call it. But they are doing another one, and I think it'll be bigger because they did have a lot of positive feedback.
Okay.
So I think the next one will be bigger. Now there is something that I'm interested in. They have like a candle bar or whatever.
Candle bar?
Candle bar.
Okay.
And That's going to be interesting. I wish I was there to see that. I mean, that one happens later in the evening, not like the brunch part of it, but that should be an interesting event. I follow the girl on IG, and she has some nice, well, I don't know how they smell. They look, I read the descriptions, and you know, me reading sounds like they smell pretty good. They got one called Tall, Dark, and Handsome, and I was like, okay.
Okay, that's your type?
Reggie, we're not going there. Anyway.
I mean, I'm asking. I mean, it might be your type. Who knows?
No.
Don't be candid. Like, listen. We've talked about plenty on this platform. You've been here. Like, if that's your type, that's your type. You ain't trying to give away too many gems to the. You don't want them DMs like, yo, listen, like, hey, tall, dark, and handsome. Listen, so I got so when I posted those pictures from the red party,
yeah,
it was there's somebody that's out there in Washington State. He was like, I need like because I told him I was like, yo, two of the people that's in these pictures are out there in Washington State. He was like, if it's a woman, like, you got to point out to me, let me know which one who's out there. And I was like, I'm not about to solicit nobody like that, but
right.
He's ready. He's like, he said the eyes like, hey, I got to know who's out there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know.
Washington, I don't know. It's just different. It's just different. And everybody that I was with is from the East Coast originally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even, everybody I was with is from the East Coast. And they were like, you know, it was okay. It was good. It was good to have an event where it was a majority of us there supporting each other. And there was other like vendors there, and they were able to give their vendors, I mean, you know, their whatever they were doing, a shout out. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
It was a lot of podcasts, a candle maker, you know, you got a juice bar, you know, all these Black owned businesses. So that was cool to see.
Okay.
Support that. So
I mean, just for you getting out and doing something, man, we got to give a round of applause. And you know what? Give you some air horns because you shit on Washington so bad. Like, there's nothing to do. But you got to get out and do some stuff. I mean, you might not find what you're looking for if you're looking for the East Coast type vibe, which is, I mean, granted, I mean, but because it's a different place. But I mean, to each his own. But so, sooner or later, you will be out of there.
Yes.
Sooner or later.
Yes.
But
sooner rather than later.
Yeah, let me catch y'all up with me real quick. What do I have going on? Not a lot. You know, the regular things, I guess. You know, I told y'all last week about my baby girl Passion. You know,
congratulations.
Yeah.
Papa again.
Did I guess I'll do it. I'll give that a round of applause. Absolutely. You know, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I guess the biggest news, and I'll go ahead and share it, is I actually logged on to the VA website the other day, and my claim was closed, and it said I was 100% permanent and total. Listen, if y'all know, if it's anybody in the military, they knows what that means. For those, let me because that's so big. But you know, for those that don't know what that means, is basically I will get paid a certain amount of money, a nice amount of money for the rest of my life for specific disabilities. You know, well, not disabilities, but injuries or whatever else from my time, you know, throughout the years that I spent in the military. And for all y'all that know me and that listen to the podcast, y'all know that I recently retired December 31st from the Army. So it's just, you know, kind of like icing on the cake. being that, you know, I retired, and then to have this come back and right off the bat, it's 100%, you know what I'm saying? And then the permanent total, which means that basically it's locked in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's great in itself, because there are so many people out here like veterans, and, you know, it's a big, you know, big story, big topic conversation that there's a lot of people out here fighting for what's rightfully theirs that they are not getting. Someone had this injury or that injury, and they're only receiving 30% disability. Hell, me and you have a friend on our group chat that's not receiving anything, which is crazy. If you served at least, you know, well, anytime, because I don't know anyone that has served any time in the military that has not been to sick call or the hospital for something. So it's something that you should be getting compensated for. You know what I'm saying? You have given this entity, this corporation, this job, or whatever you want to call it, your body. You put your body on the line, whether it was in combat or whatever else, just to do the simple things, because we do PT 5 days a week. A lot of places you go, you're running, you're doing push-ups, you're jumping, you're ruck marching, you're carrying 30, 40, 50 pound, you know, rucksack on your back. You know, so it's a lot of things that you're doing. And yes, you're tearing your body up. The longer you're in, that wear and tear really like starts to affect you. So, you know, so to receive that in itself was great for me, because I wanted it, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected it, but I also was putting myself in the mind frame to where I'm like, you know what? I need to prepare myself to where, okay, I need to kind of go back to the drawing board, and whatever percentage they give me, up that to, you know, how am I going to get whatever they give me? Because I don't know what they're going to give me. How do I get that to the 100%?
Right.
And, you know, Lord willing, or, you know, and thank you to him, I didn't have to go through that. You know, it was right off the bat. And, you know, I talked to y'all, and, you know, with that, I'm like, I did a lot of questioning, like, what did I do to like deserve? But, you know, and I thought about like, why am I asking? Like, you know, just accept your blessings and run with it, keep it going, because, you know, don't question it. You know, and I posted something the other day, said, you know, my karma is beautiful. And I really believe that. I really believe that, because I've done a lot that I can think back and it's like, you know, like, and so that's what made me question that, like, what have I done to deserve this? Because I know, like, there's some things I've done in life that, like, I'm just like, wow. Karma is, and I believe karma is a real thing.
It absolutely is. But there's good karma and bad karma.
You're absolutely right. But I think I think there's some things that I've done that I'm like, you know, when this karma hit me, it ain't gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some things that you like, just, and I think the people that have a conscience or whatever else might think that, you know, like, damn, whew, yeah, I did some fuck shit right then. But, you know, and when this karma come back on me, this shit ain't gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes, you know, karma might hit you right then and there. Like, you do some shit, and 2 minutes later, like, bam, bam, like that shit is right back on you. Or you're thinking like you're in a relationship, and 3 years later, you're like, you get fucked over, and you're like, damn, like, I gave this motherfucker my heart, my soul, like everything. Like, this was my everybody. And then you start thinking, like, could it be because I fucked Keisha over? And yes, Keisha again.
Keisha.
no, Keisha. But yeah, I mean, so you start thinking shit like that, like, damn, is it, you know? But yeah, so I mean, all in all, I mean, that was my news and highlight of the week, probably highlight of the month. It might be highlight of the year. That's just like the frosting on the cake to me. What does it mean? Honestly, I like, at this point in my stage in my life right now, I don't know if I really want to work ever again.
You just done 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, so I know I'm going to sit down. So let's talk about this real quick. And I feel like I'm hogging up the mic, but I mean, whatever. Let me do it. I was invited to this forum, and it was disabled veterans, and basically it was just talking about percentages and disabilities and all this other stuff. And there was a lot of people up there talking about how what percentage they got, and I deserve this, I deserve that. I know people that ain't even this and that because of blah blah blah, but they had somebody do their paperwork and this and that, and that's how they got 100%. Like, these people ain't never been here, they ain't never did this, they ain't never did that, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, and I started to think more and more and more and more, and this is why, like, my time at the end of my career in the Army, I'm like, I got to get out of here, because there's too many seniors and my peers that are comparing themselves to these younger soldiers and trying to make the Army into something that is not anymore.
Right.
We went through so many drastic changes within the last, I wanted to say 5 to 10 years, but I'm going to say 1 to 2 years. We went through so many drastic changes that this is a whole new Army. But so back to the just VA side and percentages and all this other stuff. And this is something I really don't talk about a lot, and I'll talk about it real quick. I've probably only my mother and my ex-wife, who I was married to at the time, I've really talked to this about in detail. And it just goes back to, some of these guys saying this person, this person, that they haven't done nothing, they don't do that. Like a lot of my friends, a lot of my peers, or whoever, besides the people I was stationed with at that time, don't know that, well, of course, I was stationed in Fort Stewart when the war on Iraq broke out. Fort Stewart was the infantry division that spearheaded the war, the first infantry division across the line. So as a signal company, we were in the mix, because guess where they're getting their comms from? This signal company. One of the things I got 50% on PTSD, and anxiety, right? But the average person or whoever else, like somebody just that knows me in general, might say PTSD, anxiety, like, you don't have none of that shit. What do you know? But they don't understand like what I've been through, what I've done. Like, so for instance, April 7th, 2003. I was on guard duty. Me and my battle buddy, who is still in the military now, he is Master Sergeant promotable, about to be a Sergeant Major. Shout out to Azalea Brown. We were on duty. We got fired at, but the guy was so far away, we just thought like he was pointing a gun at us, but we didn't know if he was actually firing at us or not. But we reported it, but we didn't know for sure if he was firing at it. Just, he had a weapon pointed at us, and we saw flashes, but that don't mean a lot, especially because nothing hit, nothing ricocheted, so we don't know. We got off guard duty, and I was tired as fuck. We'll never forget this day for a lot of reasons, but I debated on whether I was going to take a shower or just lay down and go to sleep and then wake up and take a shower, because I was just dead tired. But I decided to take a shower, right? After I got done taking a shower, go to my shelter, and I'm getting my stuff ready to lay down and go to sleep. And next thing I know, loud explosion, fire everywhere, people screaming, gunshots ringing off. And I'm like halfway undressed. But so what happened was we got attacked. We got mortared a couple times. During that mortar, attack, we lost 9 people. The people that was next to me, it was one of our senior NCOs. Her name was Dana Yaw, female. She was had just woke up. She was out So I sit on the chair brushing her teeth. Shrapnel flew past her, you know, and not even like 2 feet behind her, it hit the tire of the vehicle that she was, you know, sitting beside, and the tire exploded, and all, you know, the rubber and stuff like was embedded in the back of her head. She's screaming. I had a female soldier that was, at the time, I didn't notice, she was pregnant. But like I said, I didn't notice. No one knew this. She knew it, but she didn't want to get sent home.
Right.
And guess what? She was a tough little thing, and she wanted to prove that. She was carrying a 249. But she was only about 120, 130 pounds. You know, so in the midst of all this, you know, I'm getting myself together. I got to help my soldiers. You know, we're trying to escape. You know, I'm carrying, we get to the wall. I, you know, help her through the wall. I got my weapon. I got her weapon. I got my protective mask, because of course, you know, you can't go nowhere without your mask. So, you know, but I suffer injuries doing that. And that shit really fuck with me. Like, that's the only time like I really probably cried in front of a lot of people. Right. You know, but just because of what happened, and realizing like I almost lost my life. You know, and death was like right there at my doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Even and it was even worse when I, you know, got the opportunity to call home and talk to my mom, my wife at the time, you know, because like it really struck me like, damn, like I don't even know like how I'm here. Like I don't know how I survived that, you know, and it is a whole lot more to that I'm not even gonna talk about, because it's just kind of traumatizing. And I'm even surprised I'm talking about it now. But even so, and like I said, it happened April 7th, 2003. I remember that date all the time, because every year, the battle buddies are on my timeline, they'll post about it. And it kind of like, and I've gotten to the point to where I stay off of social media around that time frame, because I like it kind of you know, triggers different emotions in me. One of the biggest ones that to this day that I have kind of had to participate in since then was TAPS. For those that's in the military that know what TAPS is, y'all know. For those that don't, so this was the first time I ever stood in the formation, and you know, I'm looking around trying to see what's going on, and you know, in front it's like 8-9 pair of boots, you know, weapons laying beside it, ID tags, maybe some crosses or whatever else, and you got somebody like doing a roll call. Private Smith, Sergeant Johnson, Sergeant Martin, Private you know, and everyone's saying here. Then you get to the one name of someone that actually got killed during that, you know, attack, and it's just silent. Yeah. And then they call the name again. I'm looking like what's going on? Yeah. Then they move on to the next name. You know, someone's like here, you know, move on to another name here, then another name, and it's another one of the personnel that died. And it's like, you know, and then, you know, once everything is done, then the, you know, the song come on, TAPS, you know, like that really affects me. Like I like don't really watch war movies. Yeah. Because listening to TAPS like brings back those memories and you know, affects me in a certain way. But off of that,
I'm glad you talked about it. That's good. That's good.
I guess. But you know, all in all, I'm glad. Like I said, that 100% is just like exciting, exhilarating. When I talked to y'all, you know, you was like, Reggie, you don't even seem like you're emotional about it, you care. But like inside, I could just not like hold it in. Well, I don't know. Like it was just like inside, I was like going crazy but I think that was some of the disbelief too. Like, damn, like just thinking back about my life and things I've done. Like, damn, like just to like get out the army and then go through some of the things I've been through, like not knowing if I'm going to be able to sustain a certain lifestyle that I was doing before, you know, whatever else. And I've kind of been blessed to not have to become a, you know, and nothing against anyone that has done it. to become a contractor or do this, to do that, and have to go overseas or whatever, which it's a thought, but, I can sit down for a little bit and just, do me and not have to worry about, paying, how am I going to pay this bill or how am I do that, so I think that's the biggest thing.
I mean, you worked for 20 plus years. It's okay to take a break and not do anything. If you want to sit at home and play your PlayStation 5 all day, guess what? You can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize some of the things that military personnel go through, especially if you've been deployed, not even deployments. It could just be stuff.
So let me stop you real quick. It's not just, it's also people within the military, because people are downplay what you've been through. Like I said, like a lot of people don't know, like that's the first time that a lot of people will hear that ordeal, of what I went through. And I went through even more than that, during the initial, Iraqi war.
Yeah.
War on Iraq. So a lot of people that don't know will say, oh, they ain't do this. Oh, they ain't do that. Oh, he don't even got a combat patch. She don't got a combat patch. This or that. A lot of people don't want to wear that combat patch because it's just a signal or a sign for them of something that, part of life or time frame that really fucks with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I never wore my CAB.
Mm-hmm.
There was times I didn't wear my combat patch.
I get it.
Go ahead.
I get it. You're absolutely right. It's not just, so yeah, you're right. It's not just people outside the military, it's people within the military. They feel like, but there's you can get PTSD or anxiety, not only from just being deployed.
You're absolutely right.
Toxic leadership.
Toxic leadership. Yep.
Stuff like that. So I never try to, I'm not gonna say try. I never downplay anybody's story.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody goes through something different.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like if you've been in the military, listen, if you've been in the military, period, everybody deserves something.
You deserve something, and you shouldn't have to fight for it.
And you definitely should not have to fight for it if you've been in the military 20 plus years, because
especially 20 plus years.
Yes, yeah. I can sit up here and be like, oh, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me. But I can go talk to somebody and they will pull stuff out of me that I didn't know that I had bottled up. You know what I mean? And it's because of maybe some things that I've been through in the military, or, just all types of shit. You just never know. So yeah, everybody's been through something. And like I said, if you've been in 20 plus years, that should be an automatic 100%.
Yeah,
no question.
I would think so. Honestly, I don't know the criteria. I know what I did. And just like with you, like I'll try to anybody that asks me, just like I said with you, I'll try to coach them through what I know, what I did, things that I found out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's deserved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But so here's something that talking about that I thought about. I had called my mom and told her, because my mom, she did 10 years. She got out medically at 10. She had bad shin splints, her legs was messed up and everything. I told her, and she was kind of like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of made me feel some kind of way a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But because it's like big for me, because it's something I really wanted. But then, she was like, okay, so what's next? Like, are you going to get like married, move, house, school, big on school? School was the big one. I'm like, I don't know, Mom. Like, I'm going to chill. I'm just going to do me. But, honestly, it made me feel some kind of way, because it's like big for me.
Absolutely.
And it brings me back to those kid days, to where like
you just
your child can be like, your child can come to you and be like, watch this, Mom. And they just do something. You're like, okay. But they ain't do nothing but like do something with their fingers or something.
Right.
But it's just big to them. It means the world to them. And you're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it kind of brought me back to them, you know, to that time frame, you know. So I'm like, like, wow, like, you know, me at, you know, my age, the age I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like, wow, like
Well, Reggie, she's still happy for you though.
yeah, she is. But then I thought, you know, which led me more to think about like far as in your parents' dream and expectations for you. Like, because I don't know what my parents' dreams and expectations for me, like what they saw me doing or being, you know, in life.
That's true. I understand.
So, do you, as far as in your parents?
I don't know what no, I don't. And that's crazy that you say that, because I was talking to my mom last weekend, and you know, we were just talking, and I said, you know, I got two years left, you know, and hanging it up. And she was like, okay. And she was like, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to move back closer, you know, have my son close to the family, all that. And she was like, okay, yeah, that's good. We're ready for you to come back closer too. And she was like, so what do you plan on doing after the military? And I said, well, you know, I kind of got my heart set on real estate, becoming a real estate agent. She was like, what? I looked up, I was like,
yeah,
wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with real estate? And she was like, oh, nothing. I mean, she was like, you think you're gonna like something like that? I'm like, I think I would love it, actually. You know what I mean? And she was just like, okay, well, you know, we support you or whatever. But I guess her response wasn't what I was expecting. But it's never been like, even when I was small, I don't think she ever said, Cherie, I want you to be a teacher, or Cherie, I want you to be this, or you know, it was never anything like that. So I honestly don't know. I feel like I've been successful in life so far. But no, I really don't know. That's a great question, because I've never really asked what their expectations, or what did they ever dream me of becoming.
Right. And so for my mom, like, I know, like, I don't, like, my mom is a big advocate on school. For those that know me, I'm not the biggest. I don't like, it is what it is. So let's talk about this. Right now at my age, I go to school. Let's say I decide, you know what, and I've been to school. I have college credits, college education. I just don't have a degree.
Right.
I've took plenty of classes, courses, whatever else. And the times that I have been to school, to the numerous schools I was enrolled to, my degree plan has probably been different. And for those that go to school, they know, like, okay, it's kind of like starting over.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because this degree plan may say you need X amount of credits here. This one say that, or whatever else. But we're not gonna get into that. So, like, even like thinking about that, when, you know, my mom was asking me, like, after I told her that, like, school or whatever else, you know, which I'm probably gonna do, because I don't have nothing else to do right now. I'm just, you know, and why not get the money? But anything I do, I'm gonna put my all into it. So, but I don't know what me, you know, besides a personal achievement or whatever else, what school is going to do for me right now.
True.
And shout out to my mom. Love you, Miss Tolliver. She actually went back to school later on in her life, and attained a degree. Well, attained 3. She has a master's now. So shout out to her. But, you know, at her age of 64 right now, she achieved her master's, you know, in her probably, I want to say late 50s, early 60s. Honestly, realistically, you know, it's a personal achievement and it's great. But what realistically, what is she gonna do with a master's at that age? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot out there, probably, but I'm just thinking about me at this point in time. Like, what am I going to do? Let's say I decide to go to school and get a master's, and let's say I'm 45, 46, 47, 48.
I mean, depending on, I guess, maybe what job you may want.
That's something that's going to change my life.
I mean, it's a personal.
I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'm receiving, retirement from the military. I'm 100% VA. Even if I was like, let's say if I was to get a contractor job.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way that shit is being done. I just like, you can kind of be like, you know what? I don't need this shit. And whatever. I'm getting enough money right now for retirement and disability that I can sit around and not do nothing the rest of my life and be perfectly fine.
Right. It's, again, like you said, it's a personal achievement. It's a personal achievement, and it looks good on resumes. The fact that you're already retired and whatever, then your Montgomery GI Bill using it.
I need to because there's blood, sweat, and tears in that. I definitely need to. It looks great on resumes, but also 20-year retired service member looks great on resumes too.
Yeah,
honorable. Security clearance.
Absolutely.
I cannot have the degree and have the security clearance and retire 20 years and I'm a hot commodity.
Well, you know what? Degrees are great, but people are really looking at these certifications now.
That too.
Certifications that you have. So that weighs a lot more than degrees.
All in all, I didn't mean to talk about, this particular thing too much, but I mean, it is a milestone achievement, and it's a real eye opener for those military members and personnel that are listening and viewing this, that, just far as in 100% and what it means and just getting there, because I have friends, you have friends that got out and received 30 and they spent the next X amount of years, trying to get to 100%. And so just to get out and have 100% is a blessing in itself. And I will tell y'all this, like throughout my career, I've been 100% healthy. Like I've never had, any major injuries, no surgeries, no broken bones, like nothing in my career. Like it's just, I came up in a time in the Army to where they told you not to go to sick call because of this. You was malingering if you wasn't like damn near dying. They made fun of you, like they were calling cadences about sick call and AWOL and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So later on in my career, I had people talking to me, telling me like, man, hey, if your back hurt, you need to go, you need to do this, you need to do that. So yeah, so within the last like 2 to 3 years, I'm going, because my back hurt. Like I said, so I'll break it down real quick and then we get off this. For PTSD, anxiety, I got 50%. Sleep apnea, y'all go do a sleep study. I will tell anybody this in the military right now. I don't care if you snore or not. Go do a sleep study, because if the worst they can tell you is that you don't have sleep apnea. That's the worst they can tell you. If you do have it, it's about 50% off the bat. So those were the two biggest: sleep apnea 50%, PTSD 50%. I had 40 for like a knee injury, falling. I got like flat feet, falling arches. They said something about that. Elbows, shoulders, I had there's so many things that you don't just think about that you like, man, I never really had no major injuries. But then when you think about like, damn, my wrist was hurting 2 weeks ago and I didn't even go to sick call. I didn't go to the hospital to get it looked at. I should have went. And I'm glad I did do those certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, sometimes I wake up and things, I'm notorious for waking up and being in pain and saying, you know what?
Push through it.
If it ain't, not even push through it. If I don't feel this way tomorrow or the next day, I'm good. I won't. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, still hurting. And then I'm like, I'm going to sick call tomorrow. And then I wake up and I ain't, no pain.
Yep.
It could have been a whole lot more that I had documented that I don't have. But anyway, all in all, hey, anybody in the military that's listening, do your due diligence and go get everything that's bothering you, pains, aches, anything documented. Is well worth it. I wanted to give a condolences and well wishes to Young Thug for his baby mother that was tragically killed outside of a bowling alley. She got in an argument with a young man over a bowling ball.
A bowling ball. Lost your life.
Right. Which is crazy in itself. Like we killing and fighting over a bowling ball, which is crazy. But yeah, condolences to him, her family, his child, their child. And I didn't want to stay on this too long, but it led me to like realize, like think, like, because I tell a lot of my women friends, like, avoid confrontation with these niggas out here. I know so many women, and I have so many women friends that are AKA quote unquote tough. I know how to fight. I'll fight a nigga. I'll blah 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 blah. But these niggas, like, they shooting these days, like regardless of whoever it is. Like me myself, I'm not taking ass whippings like that, but I'm just not fighting niggas like that. I don't know. Like I listen to, there's a lot of podcasts I listen to, women like, I'll punch that nigga in the face. Like, I'll fight a man. I don't care. I'll blah, blah, blah. But it sounds good on podcasts. It sounds good coming through YouTube and Spotify and whatever else. But these niggas is shooting. And here's another classic example. Like women, let's like stop it. Like, I don't know the specific details, but they said it was an argument in the bowling alley over a bowling ball. And for him, it's not right for him to leave the bowling alley and wait outside 20, 30 minutes for her to come outside and then shoot her multiple times to kill her. It's not right. But something happened in that argument between him and her. And I'm pretty sure, not saying women, do not get me wrong, women, y'all do not have to back down to anybody, man included. But when it comes to certain things, like I said, like I'm not out here arguing and fighting with these men.
Mm-hmm. Me either.
I'm not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because you don't know who's carrying a gun these days. You don't know who had the bad day, who's off their rocker or whatever else. But like I said, I know so many women that's just accustomed to like thinking like, oh, I'm tough. I'll punch that nigga in his face. I don't give a fuck. Like blah 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 whatever else. I listened to a podcast today and there was a woman like, I'll fight that nigga. I don't like, oh fuck him. Like, I'm a tough bitch. I'm okay. But these niggas is shooting women just like they shooting men.
Yeah,
like, it's sweetheart. Let's stop it.
What man is gonna sit up there and just argue with the woman?
That's a good question. But listen,
weird.
but they're out there. It's a proven point. They're out there. They do it.
I know. Especially in a public place. You're just gonna sit up here and argue with a woman, like in this case, over a damn bowling ball. That new era that we in. Anybody can get it, I guess. I mean, I'm like I said, I would advise my daughters, the woman I'm intimately involved with, that I'm married to, or I love, or whatever else, the same thing. Like, listen, don't do it. Like, if it's that important, come get me. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, because these niggas don't care these days.
They don't. They do not.
And so to take it even further, you was a drill sergeant. My days as a drill sergeant, I cuss soldiers out. Right or wrong, I did. But it wasn't nothing like when a female drill sergeant came through and jumped in one of the male soldiers' ass. Them motherfuckers boo-hoo crying on they, you know what I'm saying? So, and I say that to say this, like, women, y'all naturally have a way to attack a man's pride, ego, or make them feel a certain way with that tongue, with whatever y'all say. Like, so a lot of these niggas ain't built like that these days. A lot of these niggas is easily attacked and offended. Oh, she made you blah, 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 feel this way. Well, these niggas want to go get a gun.
Yep. You're absolutely
right. You know, tragically, I'm sorry that it happened that way for her, and her family has, you know, is grieving her, you know, condolences and everything to them. And it's reported that they know who did it. They're waiting on him to turn himself in, which sounds crazy in itself. Why don't you just go get him? So hopefully justice is served quick.
If he turns himself in, probably not.
Right. Yeah, right. I'm just gonna turn myself in. We know who you are. We're waiting for you to turn yourself in.
Yeah.
Come on now. But yeah. Lia Thomas was big news, kind of, sort of, towards the end of last week to this week. Do you really want to talk about Lia Thomas? Do you have like any like real like hot thoughts or takes on it? And for our listeners, Lia Thomas is a transgender woman, and for those that need a little more clarification, a man transitioning or has transitioned to a woman. In college, competing against women or female, if female does not offend you, athletes, and is kind of dominating in the sport. There are a lot of people that are outraged. There are a lot of people that's indifferent about it, and there's a lot of people that's celebrating it. For the side that's in outrage, they're saying, you know, that genetically this is still a man. Testosterone, this, that, or whatever else. Right or wrong, we can debate about it. Men are genetically more athletic or stronger or faster than women. You do have your women that are your select few of women that are stronger, maybe more athletic or faster than, you know, your average male. So I see that stance. Then you have the, you know, politically correct crowd that says, hey, this is the new world that we're in.
Absolutely.
Deal with it.
The Olympics they allow it. They've been allowing it. You know?
Then, so then you have the other side that's like, hey, this is great. We should celebrate this.
Absolutely. Hey, they allowed her. She has started. So I read an article before we got on, just so I could know a little bit about the story. So apparently, she's been taking hormonal type medicine, pills, or whatever, so she can start producing more estrogen or whatever. But she's been taking these pills for like 3 years. In 2022 or 2021 or 2020 to 2021, she did not compete because she was still taking her hormonal pills or whatever. Now they did say that transgenders, they do have to test if you're, in her case, she's transitioning from a man to a woman.
Right.
So they have to, her testosterone levels have to be lower, you know, has to be lower at a certain rate before they allow her to compete. And
but does that counterbalance the muscle mass, speed, whatever else that you have already like gained?
So again, in the article I was reading, it said that she lost muscle mass. She actually lost an inch of her height. Once she started, I know it's weird, right? She started being able to produce, they call it the hourglass figure that women have, producing, having breasts, all that stuff. So all these this hormonal meds or whatever that she's on is starting to change her body, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, if she's went through all of that and she got blessed off to compete in the Olympic swimming, then what's the problem? I don't see the problem.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You're a parent. Your daughter just got dusted off by this transgender, right? Mm-hmm. That this transgender was a subpar athlete in the men's field.
Right.
But switches over to the women's field and is a star.
Right.
Do you feel the same way? And this is just me playing devil's advocate. Yeah. Because I'm in the indifferent. Like, I'm neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I would feel some kind of way if it was one of my daughters. And this is just me being honest and thinking about it. I would feel some kind of way if it was my daughter that I know, like, and let's just say my daughter was for lack of better words, a stud athlete.
Okay.
And now she goes up against this transgender that you can say genetically has more strength or speed or whatever have you, maybe mm-hmm. that was subpar in their naturally birthed field.
Okay.
I probably would see a different kind of way.
I'm not gonna say yes or no, because I'm always gonna be like, no, that's not fair. You know what I mean? Because if my baby is the stud, you know what I mean, in this field, then she deserves to win. You know what I mean? Or
naturally birthed woman.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna naturally just take up for mine. But I get it. But I feel like if she's went through all the tests and everything, she checked off on all the blocks that were supposed to be checked in order for her to compete fairly, then if she won, she just won. You just mad lost.
Here's another devil, and we can leave this alone after this question. Here's another I guess devil's advocate. I'm playing the advocate, whatever else. There are fighters, wrestlers, boxers, whatever you want, UCF, it don't matter, that has to go through dramatic body changes or weight loss changes in order to compete. So some may lose an inch or two of muscle mass, which probably height is included in that.
Right.
Just to meet a specific weight. That don't necessarily mean they're weaker or slower than what they were before.
That's true.
Because a misconception that a lot of people say, like, for instance, the Army. Oh, you can do more push-ups because you're shorter. Your arms aren't as long as mine.
Right.
Well, if your arms are longer, that means you have a bigger muscles, supposedly, right?
Right.
So there should be more power to push.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a lot of.
You make a great point with that, because you're right. But why can't she just be? Again, in the article, she's been training. She's been doing this since she was the age of 5.
Yeah, absolutely. But listen. Imagine if you put your son, naturally born male, into let's say he was training for football.
Okay.
or sprinting. You had him running track, sprinting since the age of 5. When he gets to the age of 18, 19, he should be well advanced.
Absolutely.
And if you say, hey, if he says, Mom, you know what? I don't, I'm more in touch with my feminine side. He wants to be a transgender. Lord forbid, we're not going to win on that. Does he not have a leg up?
Of course.
I would think so. But I mean, listen, I'm not going to get canceled because I don't want nobody and anybody in the LGBTQ plus community to be like, we are, but I mean, I see it from both sides, from both angles. I was just playing devil's advocate, but I see it from both angles and sides. How important is it for you to know if your partner has had a whole phase or not? Does it matter? That's kind of like the body count question, but it's kind of a more fancier term. Well, you can ask someone, I guess, body count is different. You can, because a lot of people may want to know, like, have you had a whole phase? Have you got that phase of your life out of the way?
And I think so I wouldn't just flat out ask a guy, you got your phase out, like your whole phase out of the way. I think it would be more of, are you done with the streets?
That is from my Carolina
Are you done with the streets? How do you know you're ready to be settled? And, things like that. But is it important to know? Maybe it is. I mean, actually, I think for me, I feel like everybody goes through that phase. Everybody. So if I'm talking to someone, I'm automatically gonna think back in the day they were on some other shit. You know what I mean?
So, well, wait, hold on. So is that a like, the type you like, if I know I like this nigga, it was like a better word, it was like the bitches was on him. Like I like this type of man I know I like it ain't like the men I like, it was other women on him. So is it due to that okay, if I like him, I know at one point in time.
Yeah, for sure.
Really? Okay.
For sure. I would automatically think that you can kind of tell with somebody too. You can kind of tell. You can feel like, oh, I know you was something serious back in your day.
Hey, my dad will tell you that. Oh, I was hell back in my days. I was hell in the streets, boy. That's what he say that shit all the time.
You can yes. Back in your day, I know you was in the streets. I know you was giving them hell, all that stuff, and and you can tell by their reaction. You can tell how they respond by the reaction. So, do you have to come out and flat out say, "Hey, did you have a whole phase?" No, you don't have to. There's ways to figure it out.
But some
people's
barometer is all the way off.
Huh?
I said some people's barometer is all the way off. They can't tell.
I don't know, but that's just. I think you can tell, but is it important to know? Maybe. I think if a man approaches you and say, "Hey, this is what I expect. Not what I expect. This is what I'm looking for," or you would think that all that shit, like they're not in the street no more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If they're settled and trying to, not being, I just feel like at a certain time, everybody doesn't want to be in the street no more. You just want to come home to the same person every night or do whatever to the same, you know what I mean? It's no out here playing the field or any of that. Like,
okay. So this might be the only time, like, or subject category I might be a little cocky. I guess you can say I'm gonna pop my collar, but I don't particularly care or want to know, because I feel like if it's the sex aspect, I just feel like what I'm about to give you or what you can get from me, you ain't got from none of them niggas before me.
Okay, well.
But that's just right or wrong. Who knows? I could be right, I could be wrong. But that's just the confidence.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I might be creating a monster. Maybe not. A stalker, maybe not. I don't know. But as far as in this whole phase,
You don't care to know?
Huh? Nah, I don't want to know. You ain't gonna be thinking about it. That's just how I feel. From what if we are necessarily like interested in each other in that aspect, and we talked about it, and this is what we're going through.
Again, I think it'll naturally come out just through conversation, or you know what I mean. You're just talking naturally, and certain shit just comes out.
It don't, some people are less willing to talk about their past experiences. So for me, for instance, I'll talk. Well, some people don't want to hear about what you did with ex or this or that. But if we're having that conversation, I don't mind like telling, like, man, listen, I was with this girl one time and we whatever. But I don't necessarily go into intimate shit like oh, I was with this girl and we like, damn, I miss that shit so much. No, exactly. I might tell you the funny story, like, yo, I was with XYZ. Oh, I was with Keisha and we was going at it. So like, I don't know how we ended up on the edge of the bed and both of us fell off and boom, you know what I'm saying? Like some funny shit, crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So yeah, but a lot of people are even hesitant to even tell you any specific details about past sexual relationships or whatever happened.
I get it. And I don't mean like go into detail or obviously, but I think it sometimes if you're just completely comfortable with the person and y'all are just having just a regular conversation, sometimes it may come out. It may be like, oh yeah, back in my day, at this certain duty station, I was, I had my.
You said back in my day. That reminded me of my dad.
Back in
the day, my day,
duty station,
I had about 5 of them. One of them bought me a to-go plate for breakfast. The other bought me one for lunch. The other one, like my refrigerator, my barracks paid for.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I think it's different and it's okay. If it comes out, it's okay to talk about it. Like, yeah, man, back in Germany, I was hell on wheels, or whatever.
Oh, so listen, is that better? So would you rather hear that from the man, or like one day you just like chilling with the homegirls and I'm like, oh, you and Mike fucking, hey, listen, well, Mike was in motherfucking Korea. That nigga used to, woo, like, would you rather hear that from him or hear the story from the girls?
Girls.
Really?
Probably the girl. I mean, well, wait, you're saying they're asking about the particular person, or they're talking about?
No, just like so say for instance, you out for lunch, brunch, whatever. You and the girls chilling, and y'all talking about love life. You're like, yeah, me and blah blah blah. We, and it was like, girl, that nigga and listen, in Korea. That motherfucker was, he had bitches running in and out that room.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So you rather hear from him?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. All right. So listen, you're out with a guy, right? No. Red Diamond, Cherie, you're out. Right.
Okay.
And you're single, but you're on a date.
Okay.
And we've talked about this plenty of times on this episode. Well, not this episode, but on this podcast in general, to where it's been me and you and Smurf, me and Dre, whatever else. Open dating. Like if you're not committed in a relationship, open dating is open dating. Like you are free to date whoever you want to until you're committed or whatever else, right? So you're out with this guy you're not in a relationship.
Okay.
And you see something that attracts your eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The guy you're with, he goes to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the guy across the way at the bar, he's by himself. He comes over, says, hey, I noticed you looking at me. I felt like there was some kind of energy between us. He passed you a napkin or a card or whatever with his number on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take it? Is it disrespectful to your date? What, how does that go down?
It's disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful.
Even though he's gone, he's not there, he don't know nothing about it.
So yeah, I think it's disrespectful.
Okay.
So for me, if I give you my time to go out on a date, then there's some interest there. You know what I mean?
Even though you saw this other guy that caught your eye and you was like, this motherfucker right here might be able to get it if I wasn't on this date right now.
I think it's a little disrespectful. Yeah, I do. That's just how I look at it.
Okay.
I think it's cool because for me, if I'm with a guy, if I'm on a date with a guy and I go to the bathroom and he sees, like, if the roles were reversed and you see someone that may catch your attention and she comes over, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm probably gonna have an attitude.
Even if you don't know. So if you don't, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy went to the bathroom. He has no idea what happened, what went down.
I don't like the whole, I don't know.
But so he's not obligated to tell you, like, hey, while you was in the bathroom, hey, Keisha over there came over here, passed me the number. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not obligated to tell you that because, like I said, you're not his woman. He's not your man. You can date, talk to whoever you want to. So rightfully so, like if y'all are on a date and his phone goes off and it's like somebody he's, was with last week, and he just holds like a whole conversation at the table. Yeah, that's rude, but he's not obligated to be like, damn, this bitch keep texting me and I'm out here with you, whatever else. Like, he's not obligated to tell you that. Because, I mean, if he did, you may feel some kind of way. Or even if he's like responding to text messages for this girl, you may feel some kind of way. But he don't necessarily have to tell you. And just like you may not have to tell him, you don't necessarily have to tell him your business either. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Because is there a chance that you probably could be missing your blessing by saying, so if this guy did approach you while homeboy was in the bathroom, what are you saying to him?
Hey, I'm with my friend. This is my friend. We're
Oh, well, you definitely opened the gates on that one, because as soon as you say this is my friend, that nigga's like, well, listen, I'm trying to be your friend.
But you said it's no committed relationship, right?
Right, absolutely. It's no committed relationship. So you saying my friend is telling him something else, like, okay, like, so what's up then?
Here, getting a bite to eat with my friend, homeboy, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? We just getting to know each other.
So he's passing you his number. You're not accepting it?
I don't think, no.
Wow, okay, all right.
I just feel like that's disrespectful. I really do.
So I get it. So if you're out with a guy and you do see something that catch your eye that you like, even though you and this guy that you're out with is not necessarily, I mean, like I said, not necessarily the guy yet.
Right.
You don't know. But you are a human and you like what you like. You might see tall, dark, and handsome.
Right.
And you may do a look and there may be a double take and y'all lock eyes and you're like, okay, all right. So, like I said, he approaches you and like, hey, I felt like there was some kind of, chemistry or energy, between, we kind of shared a moment when we looked at each other.
No.
He's not necessarily wrong.
He's not wrong or whatever. I think he's a little bold to maybe approach.
Who ain't bold these days?
You're right.
Niggas will holler at you while you out with your man. Yeah. Hey, shorty, he ain't got nothing on me.
I guess. I don't know. I don't do a lot of that, so I wouldn't know. But I guess again, he would be being bold if he just saw you go to the bathroom and then he approaches me while you're in the bathroom or whatever. Again, I just think that's disrespectful. If he says, "Hey, do you mind if I slide you my number or you give me yours?" I'm gonna be like, "No, I'm good." Okay. That's exactly what I'm gonna be like. No, I'm good. Now I may find this guy attractive, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just feel like whoever I'm out with during that time, if I'm on a date with you, then no, it's not gonna happen. It's not happening because I just think it's disrespectful. Because I would not want it to happen with me.
Even if you don't know about it.
Yeah, even if I don't know about it, I just think it's disrespectful. Ooh. Like we at a club. Let's say we at a club somewhere. You leave and go to the bathroom, and then somebody, not you per se, but somebody approaches, you see a woman that you may be attracted to and you approach her, but you got this other chick over here at the table, you know what I mean? So, or at the booth or whatever that you came here with, but you getting some other bitch number. Like, I don't know. I just feel some type of way about that.
I'm not that bold, but
and guys do it all the time in the club as well.
So let's say I go to the bathroom, I come back, I see a guy talking to the woman that I took out on a date, and before I get to the table, he, whatever conversation they're having, he leaves. Me knowing me, I don't ask any questions.
Okay.
Because I'm never worried about another man. I mean, I just feel like whatever happens is gonna happen. The truth is going, but the truth is gonna come out sometime sooner or later.
Okay.
It may be man ego, man pride talking a little bit in that too, to where I don't ask the question of who is that or whatever else. Because I don't know. I mean, hell, for all I know, it might be one of your homeboys you went to high school with or whatever else. I don't know.
If that's the case, I'm gonna be like, hey, hey, this is so and so.
No, but I said before I came back to the table, he was gone.
Okay. So what? Okay, let's do this. So what if the guy is still talking, mm-hmm. right? End up coming back to the table. What's next? What you gonna do?
What's up? How you doing? I'm Reggie. She either gonna say, hey, I don't know this nigga. He just tried to come over here and holler at me, which she probably won't. Or so whatever explanation she is, I'm gonna take it at face value.
Okay. But how is that?
But so for me, because we are getting to know each other.
Okay.
I don't know. Hell, I might 10 minutes after he leave and into this date, you might say some bullshit that I don't even like. And I'm like, right. I definitely don't want to deal with her ass. So, I mean, I'm gonna take it for face value because so going back to what you said earlier, I feel like anything that I'm dealing with on that level, it's some niggas after it.
Okay.
I'm not naive to the fact that, okay, there's going to be some pursuers out here. Even if I'm out with my lady and I, happen to turn around and see some niggas like, damn, like looking at, I'm like, okay, all right, like I expect it.
Okay.
Because, but so, yeah.
But that would not make you feel any type of way.
Which one?
You coming back to the table and the dude is still there. You know what I mean? And then.
But I don't know this. I don't know the real situation.
So okay. Let me talk for me then, as from me as a female. I would definitely feel some type of way. I would definitely feel some type of way. And I'm probably not gonna want to be there. I'm probably gonna be like, well, I'm ready to go anyway.
So what if she left before you even got back to the table?
No, that's Reggie. Even I get it.
So I'm asking, do you feel some kind of way? Do you ask like, hey, I saw somebody at the table, who was that?
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, I saw her, or I saw so-and-so, you know her, y'all, that's your homegirl, you know her from wherever. And if you'd be like, yeah, that's so-and-so. I'm like,
okay, so you asking that question, but so no, let me ask you. So that's not your man. It's not anybody that, but hold on, stop.
I'm out with you on a date. That means
I understand. Hold on. That's not your man though.
It doesn't matter.
And you are free.
Mm-hmm.
I like this conversation because we're definitely disagreeing. You are free to, hell, you may have another date lined up tomorrow already if you want to. Like,
if I do right there in that, if I do, that's my business. But right there in that,
no, you do.
Right.
It is, but
there at that restaurant or wherever we are at that particular moment, guess what? I have your time and you have mine, and I want it. You know what I mean? I don't want, if you see something else you like, then you go on somebody else's time, not on mine.
I got it.
That's how. So it's disrespectful.
Okay.
You don't think it's disrespectful? And I would definitely feel some type of way. I probably would not be, I would probably have a little attitude the rest of the night.
Attitude is good sometimes. Let me stop. So the disrespectful aspect. So I will agree with you in a little bit.
Okay.
If this person, let's say this person had enough decency to approach you alone.
Okay.
And then short and quick, like I said, hey, I felt like we, shared a moment, there was some energy, between each, when we looked at each other, whatever else, let's say, y'all was flirting with each other.
Mm.
And he decided to come over and say something real quick, or her.
Okay.
And I'll use me, her. She came over to say something real quick, and say, hey, here's my number. Use it if you want to. If not, throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that. I don't see that as disrespect, being that I'm a single man. I am free to talk to whoever I want to, have sex with whoever I want to. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'm responsible with everything I do.
Okay.
But there ain't no ties, there ain't no bond. I'm a free agent, you free agent. There ain't nothing solidifying you in my life or my lifestyle right now.
Okay. I get it.
But if you do happen to see it, and we're just saying the woman, if she does happen to see it, and she wants to ask a question, I'm like, hey, yeah, she came over here and she whatever else. If that fucks up the rest of the date, she said, well, did you accept the number? You saw it. I did, obviously, but it is what it is. So you are hit with the circumstances of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you obviously find something attractive in this woman that you are, or man that you are, having this interaction with, whatever, I want to say physically, because it's not really physically, but let's say just eye wise, y'all are like kind of checking each other out. Like every time you look to your left, you like, oh damn, and then they have to look at you, whatever. So I don't know, it's just like one of those damn if you do, damn if you don't.
I just think, again, I don't know. Honestly, I have never, so I say it's disrespectful. I have never been in that situation. I have not been in that situation. So yes, I must keep my stance. Yes, I think it's disrespectful, but I don't know until it happens, you know, how I would feel or whatever. I just feel like the guy is gonna come back quick and you're gonna see the guy talking to me.
Well, so I think the optics of it is you're caught up on the other person seeing it, which is definitely a case. I don't like, I think in that sense, yes, if the girl or the woman that I'm out with like happens to see it, catch wind, then definitely yes. But if this person does it in a manner to where like, hey, I just blah 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 real quick, I'm gonna get out of here, and they're out and gone.
I guess maybe I'm a little different when it comes to the dating world because.
So let me ask you this question. The guy pays for the bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's waiting on his car to come back. And for some reason you're like, oh, whatever. And you're like, well, here's the keys, go start the car. I'll be out there in a minute. He's waiting on it, whatever to come back. Someone hands him a number. Is that still disrespect?
Maybe, yes. I'm gonna say yes,
okay.
But then again, really, it's not because how would I know? You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like, let's just say the waiter does it.
And he's not your man either, though. And you're not his woman. So you can be walking to the car and somebody see you in the parking lot. It's like, hey, sweetheart.
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, so I don't know. But for me, I don't accept dates from guys that if I'm not interested in you, then I don't accept the date from
you can be interested with them. You can be interested in them 30 minutes into that date and 35 minutes hit, and you like, this nigga gotta go.
You're absolutely right.
Does that change the optics then? So let's say that at 35, at the 35th minute, he's like, oh, I gotta go use the bathroom. This water is running through me. And you like, oh, mom, I'm glad this nigga went to the bathroom. I cannot wait to this. And you text your girl while he's in the bathroom, like, girl, I need to get the fuck up out of here. And another nigga walk up like, hey, here's my number. Call me when you're free. Do you accept it? Oh, that the silence says it all. The silence. The silence says it all. No, you don't even need to go to it. The silence says it all.
Guy, y'all not in a committed relationship.
It's the same situation.
I know, Reggie, but again, I'm just like, I think it's this. Maybe I'm saying I think it's disrespectful on the aspect if I see it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just some sneaky shit, but I know it happens. It happens probably every day, whatever. I don't know.
How do you feel about going Dutch on dates? Since we're talking about that,
I'm okay with it.
I was looking at this. I think it was like 8 at the Table. You familiar with it, right? That podcast. So there was this guy. He had said something like, going out with a woman. If we're not in a relationship or whatever else, I don't have a problem paying for everything or whatever else. But depending on the amount of times we go out, how many times I pay, like I may start to look at her different. So I think he was like, maybe the 3rd or 4th time,
she should offer to pay.
Well, I think that's what he was kind of alluding to, especially, and I think, well, for me, maybe if you're asking her out, introducing, taking, then probably not. No, she probably wouldn't, because it was your idea. Hey, let's go out. But if y'all just end up out, you know what I'm saying? Like, And so there was another woman that was like, me honestly, if it's just a guy I'm out with and we're not like seriously committed or whatever else, I'm not letting him pay more than twice back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like at a, so if we, let's say, so for instance, she was like, if we go out, on a Monday and he pays, we go out on a Tuesday, he pays, and we happen to go out like on a Thursday or Friday, I'm paying because I don't want him thinking that I'm just out here for the free meal.
Okay.
Which made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I guess, in these days and climates, because you don't know who has ulterior motives, who's out for what. So yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with going Dutch or paying for a meal for a guy. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It's a meal.
It is a meal, but
and I don't expect
that means a lot to some people.
Listen,
some men may think pussy comes with that meal.
Of course they do. Of course they do. You know what I mean? Like, so just because I pay for the meal, does that mean I'm gonna get some dick at the end of the night?
Hey, it might be.
No.
It's probably offered if you want it.
Excuse me?
It's probably offered or out there if you want it. If you want it, it's probably accessible.
I'm sure, but it's okay to be like, hey, I got it this time. You know what I mean? You had it last time. It's okay.
Right. Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that. And there is no expectations at the end of the night for me. If it happens, it happens, but I don't expect it,
Even so, if y'all are do you offer? Even like, so y'all are,
do I offer what?
Let's say y'all are fucking, right?
Okay.
But y'all are friends. Y'all not in a relationship. Y'all are fucking.
Okay.
Are you paying the bill or the tab at times?
There's nothing wrong with it, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but as far as when it come, are you expecting for this guy to pay it? Or are you reaching for your shit at the same time he's reaching for his and you like, okay, he got it?
So for me, I think I would probably be like, I'll pull out my card and be like, no, don't worry about it. I got it this time. You know what I mean? Or, if I see him reaching for his card and if I wanted to pay, I'm going to say, don't worry about it. I got it. Some guys are going to be like, no, they just, God forbid a woman pays for a meal. You know what I mean? Like, there's some guys out there that are like that.
Yeah.
So
what if the bill come out there and y'all just what if the bill come out there and y'all just having great conversation and the bill sit on the table for about 15-20 minutes?
Okay, that's just what it is.
Ain't nobody pull for nothing.
I think we're caught up in the conversation and it has nothing to do with, well, who's gonna pull their card out first. That's what I'm gonna think.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if I'm gonna pay, I think the person that I'm going to eat with is gonna know from the jump. Hey, you had it last time, I got it this time. My treat. Or we can go Dutch. I don't need for a guy to pay.
So speaking for a man, and yes, you are absolutely right. You can go Dutch, but I think speaking for a man, I think those things are a little more noticeable. I think a man, whether he cares or don't care, he knows how many times he done pulled that card out and swiped.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows. Whether he's getting some at the end of the night or not, he knows how many times. So for you to say, oh, the man would already know, I think I don't think that's absolutely correct. because I think for the majority of us, we already know or expect, okay, whatever. By the first couple interactions, we go with a woman. And I think so that's why that statement or that little clip or segment, I should add it in here, was a little interesting. But a man kind of knows, like, yeah, this is my homegirl. We may be fucking or we may not be, but we done went out like 4 or 5 times, 3, 4 times, for whatever, and she ain't reached for that car and yet. Is she out here getting free meals or whatever else? And there's a lot of women that think, oh, just because we fucking, I shouldn't have to. Like, pussy trumps all, which I definitely don't agree with that.
Yeah, but so when I say the man should know, or he should know who's going to pay or whatever, if I say, hey, I want to go to this particular restaurant, my treat, then that's a no-brainer. Hey, it's her treat. Let me just accompany her.
So should a man say that before? So should a man say that as well? Hey, we going out, my treat. Or if y'all, because the general consensus is if y'all just going out.
I think it depends on the dynamics of the relationship, or not even like relationship, like in a committed relationship, the dynamics of how many times have y'all went out on a date? What if
y'all just fucking though?
Okay, so if y'all are just fucking and y'all enjoy each other's company, then it's okay to like, hey, let's go here. You know what I mean? We're going Dutch, or, you know, my treat, I want you to meet me here, or whatever. It's okay for that. You know what I mean? I don't think you could just invite her to wherever, a restaurant or whatever, and I don't think she should just because you invited her.
Listen, Cherie, imagine, but hold on. Imagine this. If one of your homegirls hit the group chat and was like, yo, this nigga said, let's go out, or we went out, like, this is just my, like, somebody I'm fucking. We, you know, we enjoy each other's time and company. The bill came and he said, can you split this up? She had this, she had that, I had this, I had that, whatever else. Could you imagine what the girl group chat will look like?
It's probably gonna be crazy.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But I know a lot of women feel like, well, he invited me out. You know, I think he should pay because he invited me out. And then there's some men that be like, well, she asked me to meet her here, asked if we could meet up here. I'm just gonna automatically pay, because some men out there just don't like for a woman to pay for anything.
Yeah. Right. So let's say let's
out on dates as well. So
let's say the guy was like, you know what? I don't feel like going nowhere tonight. How about you come over and I get you, you know, I make a little something for us, so I pick something up. At what date is that okay for you? Because I'm pretty sure the first date, you're not going to be comfortable with him inviting you over.
Yeah, probably not the first time, but if we've been doing this before, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if there's even a number, because it could be like I got so comfortable with you after the first day. Our conversation was great. You know what I mean? I just felt like we were vibing. We had some chemistry or something. And I'm not even gonna say there was sex involved on the first night, right? The conversation was just that good. The chemistry, the vibe, all that stuff was just that good. And the next time I hear from you or whatever, you say, hey, you know, I want to see you. I'm a cook. Do you mind coming by? What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. And that could be the second date. You know what I mean? Right. So I don't think it matters what number date that y'all been on. I think it matters. I think it's how comfortable you are with the person. And maybe the vibe and the chemistry that you get from that person.
True. So I definitely agree with that. I think you get a different feeling and sense with, depending on who it is. Like you may meet that guy, that girl, that first night, you like, oh, hey, I mean, if you want to go back with me, we can go back home if you want. You know, if not, then, you know, and they might be like, you know, I've been waiting for you to ask. And,
right.
you know, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Ooh, if I invite somebody over and cook for them too.
Yeah, I'm not.
We gotta be. I don't know. We damn near. We go together.
Shut up.
Well, no. So inviting over and is something different. Now, if I invite you over and I cook for you, we probably go together. She might not know it, but we go together. Yeah, we go together. So with this person, let's say you intimate or exotic trip is planned, and it don't matter whether it's the man or the woman that planned it. Should sex be involved? Is sex expected?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
If you plan a vacation or a trip with a guy,
yeah, because the guy can easily say no.
He got to give them cheeks.
He giving them up.
He giving them cheeks up. Oh, okay.
Wouldn't you think the same thing? What do you think? So you mean to tell me you about to plan an exotic trip or whatever? Y'all gonna be gone for however many days. She ain't giving them up. You don't expect sex.
How many men do you know that have took a woman out, flew them out, took them somewhere, whatever else, planned something nice and exotic, and they ain't got no cheeks? Like she just accepted the trip or did whatever just because she getting the trip out of it.
Absolutely. None.
Huh?
I don't know any that don't expect anything.
No. How many women you know that just did it just and wasn't like, I don't like that nigga like that, but I'm gonna take this trip?
None.
You don't think that happens?
No, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me the man?
So you don't think it's women out here? So it's men out here that's planning trips, flying women out, doing this and doing that, or whatever else, putting them in a hotel or whatever they do.
There may be some men out like that that's doing that. There may be, it's probably very few in numbers that,
really?
You know, some man just may want to have you in his presence or whatever. You know what I mean? That
I have a lot of women friends that got niggas flying them out, and from what I hear, what I'm being told, they ain't giving up nothing. Like that nigga know I don't like him like that. But huh?
That's what I'm saying, Reggie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the guy just likes you to be in their presence. There are some men out here that are genuinely just be like, okay, well, you know, let me just buy you a trip. I just want you to come to this event with me. Or I just want.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Do what?
We're not going to do that.
Do what?
You don't think that just because he fly you out and he wants you in his presence, he likes your company, you don't think this man want no cheeks?
I'm not going to say he doesn't want it, but if he don't get it, he ain't feeling no type of way.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
No.
And that might be a sugar daddy.
Potentially. Yeah, if that's a sugar daddy.
And he probably still wants some sugar. There ain't too many sugar daddies out here that don't want no sugar.
You're absolutely right. You're right. So yeah.
And probably the ones that's flying somebody out or don't want no sugar is probably because their dick ain't working the way it used to.
Maybe
or
a trophy on their arm or something, you know.
Or you have a man that's in a relationship, committed, married, or whatever else, and he just wants somebody to listen to him, show him attention.
So he flying you out.
That's one of them scenarios, I guess. But I don't think there are plenty of women out here that's going somewhere for the trip, the experience, the vacation.
Okay. All right. So I don't think like that.
Me neither. But so listen, if I plan it, I think some cheeks should be involved.
Okay, I agree.
And
I agree.
I might need to set them parameters or boundaries before it take place. Like, hey.
So I
don't know how I would introduce it or say it.
But no, I think it's so. If you say, "Hey, I want to go here. I'm thinking about going to this particular place. Let's just use Jamaica, right? I want to take a trip to Jamaica. I want you to go with me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If she's not feeling you in that way or whatever, there is no way she should accept the trip. She should. You know what I mean?
Imagine that.
I get it. But I do understand what you're saying. There has to be parameters. You know, you have to. But I don't even think you should say anything. I just think
it should be a given.
I do. I think it's a given. Especially if you're planning it, you're doing everything. You know what I mean? And all you gotta do is get on the fucking plane.
So does it matter if it's exotic or romantic trip? Let's say you flew a man out to Washington.
Okay.
Just Washington State, out there with you. One night you took him to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dinner. And you had a room.
Okay.
You thought you was getting dick, but he didn't know. Like he just, whatever else.
I don't think a man I think a man automatically knows what's up.
Yeah, probably, but let's flip it to the man. He flies the woman out to Washington State.
Okay.
Takes her out to a day. So the man is gonna have to say, "Hey, look, I got a hotel here. You tell a motherfucker you got a hotel room for them." She probably already gonna be like, "Nigga, what you talking about?" Like, hold on, like. I wasn't even expecting, but you got women that will take that trip, that ticket, and be on their cycle and won't even say nothing, and then be like, I can't do that because I'm. Well,
I mean,
you might probably should have.
Yeah, you probably should have.
So that's one of those. Is it really expected or not? Because the majority, a lot of these women are just gonna take that trip anyway on their cycle. Yeah. If you hit this woman with these tickets, hey, I got some tickets. I got a resort for us in Jamaica. Blah 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 blah. This man rubbing his hands like Birdman. I'm about to get these cheeks.
Reggie.
On her cycle, she already know her dates on her cycle falls in between those periods.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she ain't doing nothing if she not that tight. She not gonna turn that trip down.
You're right. There's some women out like that, but for me, I feel like if I go on a trip, so I've been invited on trips, so I've had those scenarios before where the all you got to do is be at the airport. You know what I mean? And I'm going to fly you to Cabo. I'm going to fly you to Dubai. I'm going to fly you here. All you got to do is be at the airport with your luggage, right? Because I already know what's up. I don't take those trips. I don't accept them. Because I already know what's up. I'm not going to go on an exotic trip with a man that I know I potentially am not interested in, or I'm not going to have any type of sexual activity with.
Okay, you said exotic, so it has to be exotic. What about just any trip?
No, it doesn't even have to be exotic. It can be the fucking.
I was about to say. I mean, what if he invited you out to the cabins in Tennessee?
No, because guess what? If it's a long time, and a long time equals. We're going to go here, we're going to do that at the end of the night. We're going to spend all this time together. We sleeping in the bed together, potentially sleeping in the bed together. No, I don't know. if I'm not interested in you in that way, then I am not going to accept that trip because I automatically feel like this man is going to want something.
True. You're right.
And I'm very aware, of things like that. So I'm like, nah, nigga, you just invited me to Vegas, and you talking about, no, you don't have to worry about anything. I just want to be around you and have fun. Okay, come on now.
I'm in the right mind to think if it's a trip anywhere and it's just two people, between one of those people,
yep,
cheeks is expected.
Absolutely.
Whether she like, I'm like, this nigga I'm getting these cheeks tonight, or he's like, yeah, I'm getting these cheeks tonight, something's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Within the United States or out the country. If I invite you on a trip to go with me or whatever, it's happening.
Okay. If you let's get into these unapologetic truths. So your friends that's listening can learn more about you, I guess. Probably from this episode, they probably know a whole lot. Like,
oh, okay. So if she goes on a trip with me, then I'm in there.
Yeah, let me go ahead and slide these tickets to damn Bali or Bora Bora on her right now. See if she take it. But all right. So if you suddenly became a millionaire, do you feel you have to take care of your family?
Do I feel like I have to? No, I don't feel like I have to, but would I? Yes.
Okay, so how far in that family tree are you going?
Immediate. Parents, sister, nephew.
Okay. And everybody else can
Maybe grandma.
Okay.
Very close to that immediate family. It ain't going. I'm not going out there on the family tree.
Yeah, I'm not branching out at all. But whatever I'm giving is I gotta figure out what I'm getting first. And then what I give out it's gonna be a nice little amount, but it ain't gonna be like nothing like to where I'm like, fuck, 5 years down the road, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have gave them 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Yeah, I feel you.
Nah, yeah, no, nah. All right. What's a non-sexual thing that the opposite sex about the opposite sex that attracts you?
Consistency.
Okay, consistency. All right. Conversation for me. I like if I can hold a good conversation, thought-provoking, not necessarily someone that has to agree with me, but if we are always like at odds and debating about shit, and I think that tells you a lot about like your likes and dislikes. If this is just somebody that everything we damn near talk about, we're on the opposite ends, I'm like, I don't know about her. But to answer the question, yes, conversation. The way we interact, in that manner. Like if you can definitely stimulate me, through your conversation, things you talk about, that's a definite big for me.
Yeah, I can agree with that too. But yeah, consistency and I think consistency and a mutual attention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to, and it can be attention, something as simple as a text message. Like, it doesn't have to be like, we don't have to be on the phone 24/7 or anything like that. It's just the fact that you send a quick text throughout the day or whatever. Stuff like that. But consistency is the big one for me.
Okay. Which sex is better? I miss you sex.
Oh my God, I just saw that meme on Facebook. Did you see it?
I didn't.
I saw it floating around on IG.
Actually, this is something that's been in the vault for a little while.
Okay.
But so which one is which sex is better? I miss you sex. I'm sorry sex. We're not supposed to do this sex. Or drunk sex.
Which one?
Yeah, which one is better?
One. Okay. It's so bad. Probably we're not supposed to be doing this sex.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Why?
Because it's the thrill of getting caught.
Okay.
But other than that, so it was a toss-up for me between that one and I Miss You Sex.
I had to toss up between I Miss You Sex and I'm Sorry Sex.
Okay.
That was my toss-up. So I think but if I had to go with one, that I'm sorry. That
going in, right? You putting in work.
Yeah, somebody whoever feels like they gotta get back in them good graces is yeah. I gave out some of my best dick when I knew I had fucked up.
In the doghouse.
I gave out some of my best dick I got some of the best head when I knew I wasn't wrong. So yeah, I mean yeah. So those I'm gonna go with those two, but definitely the I'm sorry sex. Yeah. But I would say we're up against the clock, but I don't have a specific time frame for any episode, but we've been doing this for a while. I'm not even Huh? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but like I said, there's no time limit. I mean, conversation is conversation. A conversation could lead into so many different paths and trajectories. But once you start your podcast, you will definitely see that.
Right.
So yeah.
I enjoy it. A newfound passion or hobby.
Maybe you can incorporate real estate into that once you get started. Like it can definitely be, you can be the real estate podcaster, But I mean, hey, it's a lane for everything.
It is. There's so many people out doing everything. Like I was at work today and one of my soldiers was like, "You seen this?" And he showed, it's a TikTok. And he showed me, and it's a lot of gambling that happens here in Washington.
Okay.
There's everywhere. So he was like, for some reason, bingo has been like the big thing lately. And I was like, really? Then I told him my little stories on the bingo halls or whatever. And he was like, have you seen this? And he showed me the TikTok. And it was literally somebody recording themselves at a bingo hall, just playing bingo. People were sending him money so he can continue to play cards or whatever.
That's
it is
crazy.
So crazy. It is crazy. He is literally got his camera, his phone set up in front of him, and that's all he's doing is playing bingo.
Wow.
And he has so many followers, Reggie. It's crazy.
I believe it. Speaking of that, I was looking at I don't know, something just told me type in I typed in Augusta. Let me see. And this was on TikTok. I know it's going. It says I typed in Augusta restaurants, and I found like 4 or 5 places that I've never heard of, never seen. But just looking at the videos and stuff, I'm like, yo, I have got to go there.
Yeah.
And today I went, and I just so happened to miss the places because they closed at a specific time. But the majority of them was brunch spots. One of them was it closed at like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna catch another day. But and that was I just barely scratched the surface on that. It's a lot. But I'm gonna save some of them for when y'all come back. When I got the group together, we're gonna check out, because there's one in particular I want to really go to, but I gotta do that before y'all get here. But anyway, what you got to say to close this out?
Thank you once again for inviting me. You know, I'm always available whenever you need me to jump on. I'm still waiting on the date. Dre is back now. I feel like the time is coming soon for me to join y'all. Whatever, and I think it'll be a great conversation, whatever the topics are, or we may just venture off and just talk. You know what I mean? For that day. But other than that, I appreciate it. I'm gonna get my shit together and
go ahead. Yeah, do that.
Get my equipment and whatever I need to do. Get it started.
Like, share, subscribe, good people. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate all the love, support, and thank you for the shout out once again, Cherie. Cedric, the comedian, thank you. For those of you that are in the CRSA location, I hope I said that shit right. This is always confusing. But for those that don't know, that's the Augusta, Georgia, South Carolina area.
Okay, like the DMV. Okay. Yes. Okay, I see y'all.
Something like that. That ain't y'all, that's them. But yeah, for those of y'all that's in, look him up on Facebook. Well, in general, look him up on Facebook. I don't know how to spell Cedric right now. Sound it out. You can go to my page, on Facebook and look up Cedric, the comedian. But he puts on a comedy show once a month, and it's good. I've been going. I like to support, Black people. He's definitely supported me, like I said, within this last week. When he got on stage and shouted out the podcast, shouted me out. I got some new listeners and viewers and all of the good stuff. So I just love when that love is reciprocated and returned, and I didn't even ask for it. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely dope. And the same with you as well, because I didn't ask you. I never asked anybody to shout us out or just promote us. So it's good. It's always like great when someone's like, hey, yeah, I was wearing your shirt today, or I told this and that, and someone was asking about you, so I had, showed them where to follow you. So yeah, that's good. But all in all, thank everyone for the love and support, and just for tuning in. Shout out to all my babies. I don't have that many, but they know who they are. My girls, my mom is included. But family, thank y'all. Friends, thank y'all for the support and love. Appreciate you, Miss Red Diamond, because you are you're a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? If needed, you are there. And we have good conversations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I appreciate everything. And everybody, shout out to Dre. I know you out there having fun. We will be back this weekend. We'll probably be we will be, ain't probably, we will be on IG Live this Friday. Actually, this episode will come out the day after. So hopefully we see y'all and we have a nice little turnout. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it is the beginning, so we'll just see. But I'm not gonna talk y'all head off. As what you guys say?
Sorry, you said you were doing an IG or Facebook?
IG Live.
Okay.
Yeah. IG Live. But as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. We will see y'all next week. We out of here. Bye. There you go. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Holla at y'all.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.